Hello, my name is Dr. Karen Khan, and I'm a postdoctoral researcher here at the Crane Center for Early Childhood Research and Policy at The Ohio State University. As lead author on this paper, I'm here to provide you with an overview of a study that we recently conducted examining the association between TV viewing, which is a form of screen time, and shared book reading in the homes. So our research has found that shared book reading is a very powerful context to support children's understanding of print, their understanding of story structure, as well as to really engage in those supportive dialogues. At the same time, we know that children are also spending a lot of time engaging with screen time. So whether that be watching television or playing video games on their phone, children are spending quite a bit of time in their home environments engaging with media. So our interest in this topic came from wanting to understand how parents structure the home environment regarding these activities, because we know that time spent in these activities has important implications for children's educational, social emotional, as well as health outcomes. So we were particularly interested in how contextual factors such as household composition, how many people are in the home, whether it's a single parent home or not, and how much time children spend in daycare, how all of these factors may influence this association between TV viewing and parent-child book reading. Our results indicate that there is an inverse association between TV viewing and shared book reading. So the more time that children spend in front of the television is associated with less time being read to. Interestingly, this association did not vary based on those contextual factors. And so this association held regardless of what type of household it was. Moreover, this association held in two different samples, in a nationally representative sample as well as a rural sample, indicating that this is a pretty widespread phenomenon. What this finding further suggests is that parents' decisions regarding exposure to TV and to shared book reading may be associated or intertwined. To unpack this relation a little further, what we see is that when children are being read to daily, they are on average watching less than 2 hours of television per day. Whereas for children who are reported being read to less frequently or never, they're watching a lot more television per day. The average was closer to 3 hours, but in some cases they're watching a lot more than that. In terms of policy implications of our work, we know that the American Academy of Pediatrics has issued statements regarding television viewing and shared book reading separately. Specifically regarding television viewing, the recommendation is to parents to restrict their television viewing to approximately 1 hour of high-quality television that is co-viewed between the parent and child per day. In terms of shared book reading, it is to read as much as you can to your child to really close that early gap in vocabulary. What our work is suggesting is that pediatricians and healthcare providers may want to speak to parents about TV viewing and shared book reading at the same time, as it seems like parents' decisions regarding exposure to these two activities is associated. Our work focuses primarily on TV viewing as our form of screen time. However, we know that nowadays screen time is much more extensive and includes tablets, iPhones, video games, all kinds of activities that we're not investigating in this present study. So for future work, we would like to broaden the context of screen time to really examine all these different activities and really to explore whether this inverse association between screen time and parent-child book reading still exists when we look at this broader context. In closing, what I'd like you to do is to reflect a little bit and think about how much time you're spending with your child in shared book reading versus having them engage in screen time.